Hey guys, so I'm going to be doing some NFL related content that isn't related to the Patriots. Over the coming weeks, I'm going to be reviewing the playoff weekends, all the games leading up to the Super Bowl, and including the Super Bowl itself. So I'm going to rank a very good weekend of wild card games. I found all of them enjoyable in some capacity, some more than others, as you'll see. But I'm just going to rank all 6 games from least entertaining or worst to best. So starting in last, I'm going to go Saints and Bears. It wasn't really a close game, but it was a good defensive battle for 3 quarters, and the score doesn't show how close it really was. 21-9. Not a lot happened, and yeah, both defenses played pretty well, so that was good. In fifth, I'm gonna say Ravens Titans. Everyone loved this game. I really wasn't a fan. I don't care about either team. I didn't really find it that entertaining. I'm not the biggest Lamar fan. I mean, I respect him. He's got great talent. Finally won a playoff game. But, I don't know. Just not a game for me, really. And at number 4, I'm going to say Washington and Tampa Bay. Of course, I have a little bias because I'm a diehard Brady fan and Gronk fan. So I was rooting for them hardcore, and gladly they won. Taylor Heineke was the star of the weekend, though. Props to him. He made his second ever NFL start against the greatest of all time in a playoff game and went toe-to-toe with him and played fantastic. I don't think the game would have been close with Alex Smith in, and that's not a rip on him. I just think Heineke played lights out in a one-of-a-kind show, and hopefully he's going to get a good payday next year. So at number 3, I'm going to say Seahawks and Rams. A great defensive battle. The score wouldn't really show it, but it was a great showing on both defenses. And between all the injuries and fighting and everything, it was just a scrappy, hard-hitting game that I really enjoyed. Excuse for the voice cracking, always happens. But the Rams are moving on to Green Bay, and I thought it was a good game. It was interesting to see them upset the Seahawks. At number 2, I'm going to say Browns Steelers. This game would be lower because it was more of a blowout. It got interesting for a bit, but it was a blowout. But seeing the Browns win their first playoff game in decades, that was really heartwarming. Even though I'm not a Browns fan in any capacity, always nice to see Pittsburgh lose, if we're being frank. But that's besides the point. It was a good game, and it was nice to see the Browns finally get a playoff win, especially against their rival that's been on their backs for years. And at number 1, I'm going to have to say Bills Colts. This game was close down to the very last play, came down to the last play, and Rivers and Allen had a good duel. Both offenses were good. It was a little bit defensive at points, more so than I thought. But just a very entertaining game, came down to the last drive. And there were some mistakes made and a few bad calls. But in the end, the Bills are definitely, I think, they might be the best team in the AFC. They're up there with Kansas City. They're neck and neck. I'm hoping and assuming they're going to meet each other in the AFC title game. I'll be rooting for the Bills if that happens. Surprisingly, AFC East foe, but they're my least hated rival out of the other two. So yeah, it was definitely the best game of the weekend, and if that was Rivers' last game, which I doubt it was, but if it is, he went out swinging. So it was really entertaining. Josh Allen is a absolute star, and I'm looking forward to see next week's games. Going to be a good slate of games: Rams, Packers, Browns, Chiefs. There's just all kinds of good games next week, so I'll catch up with you guys then. Until then, go Pats, I guess. Enjoy the playoffs.